up, what's up, what's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's Narcissistic series. So please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And I want to tell you guys it is a true honor here to... I think I'm just going to leave it because I want to show you guys, I'm trying to point out that I am human and I make mistakes too. And that's just life. And so... I want to let you guys know it is a true honor being here in hopes, and my prayers are that these videos re-inspire you to take back your power and to remind you that you are the one in control of your life. It just takes making a decision. So may it fall upon your hearts the way that it's meant to, and I just am truly honored that you would share this time with me. So with that being said, today I am in the Narcissistic series, going down the rabbit hole with the topic, good cop, bad cop. Yes, this is a thing. This is a thing with the narcissist, the good cop, bad cop. And I'm calling it this because, you know, people call it love bombing and gaslighting, right? And it's just sometimes we don't understand these terms per se unless you really want to go into further research on them. And a lot of people, they just don't want to. So let's just be real. It's good cop, bad cop. Good cop. Why? Because when they first come in, they're interrogating you and wanting to learn all about you. They want to learn everything about you, what your favorite show is, what your favorite food is, what your favorite thing to do is, what you like to do with your free time, what you do with your free time, what it is that you read about, what it is that you learn about, everything about your family. They want to learn everything about your friends. They want to learn everything about you. And that's why they'll always say, you know, a narcissist is a good listener. That's because they're playing the good cop. And the only reason that they're playing the good cop is so that later they can use all that information against you as a bad cop. So I will always say this. Narcissists are intriguing individuals with the way that they approach life. Yet it is not our duty to blame them for where we are in our lives if they have affected us. And I know I lose a lot of people when I say this, and I'm not mad about that because there are a lot of people out there who are ready to hear this. Okay? I didn't want to hear it was me that had the choice to make. I wanted to leave it with my narcissist because that made my life easier. But in the end of the day, it didn't. It did not. Okay? So I used to own a corn business with my ex. And I spent a long time writing a business plan in order to make this work. We ended up going and working with friends and being with the friends and setting up outside with the friends that they sold tacos. And it worked out really good. And this does portray to this story, okay? The good cop, bad cop. And I'm bringing this in as story time to show you guys the purpose of this. So what ended up happening is the first week we did amazing. We did such a great job. We followed the plan that I had written out. We did wonderful. We made quite a bit of money that first week. And then the next week happened. And things started to change just a little bit. It was almost like that energy of things are going good. I got to create chaos. Okay. Bad cop. So what ended up happening is as time went on, I was working out and I stopped working out because I was working with the corn business and I started to gain a lot of weight. I did because I was so depressed. I wanted to be my own boss, but I knew I had to work hard at it and I was showing up and 4 days a week. I would not get any sleep. I would probably be up for almost that whole 4-day time period on the weekends, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If I was lucky, I got about 6 hours of sleep in that whole time period. And I ended up putting that whole business on my shoulder. And the funny thing is that it was all in a different language. It was all in Spanish. All our customers spoke Spanish. We did get some English-speaking customers, but many of the customers who were there spoke Spanish. And my ex was from Mexico, and so that was his first language. And I was still rudimentary with my Spanish. I still am. I think that as a learner, we'll always be rudimentary. We'll always continue to learn. We'll always be in that state of growth. But what ended up happening is that I started being the only one that was working. And when we would show up, he would just disappear inside the bar, and he would go and talk with whoever it was that he knew from the bar, because these were people that he had known from his DJ days. And then I would just have to sit there and figure out how to interact with customers, and completely outside of my element, right? Like, this is what really got me used to embracing the unknown, because there were times when I messed up horribly, and people are so nice. Like, when you try and learn another language, people are really nice. Like, they really do try to help you out. It's cute how they help you out. And so I'm really thankful for the people that I ran into. I'm really thankful for the people that I got to know. It was just an interesting experience. And so he was so excited when we first started this, because it's like, finally, I'm going to be my own boss. I was like, yeah, we're both going to be our own boss. We're going to have this business. It's going to do well. It's unique, right? And you might think, Corin, that's not unique, but what we did was unique. We offered a different product. And so we offered an authentic product. And I'm not going to get into details about that, but we offered a very authentic product, and it was it was time consuming, the whole thing. So he learned about my working style in this entire time, and he realized that he could go and do whatever he wanted, and that I would just pick up the slack. And I did. I was the one getting up in the morning, getting prepared. I was the one that was sleeping so little. When he came home, he would sleep from 4 o'clock in the morning until we had to leave again at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. And I was the one that was doing everything. He just knew. He knew that I would pick up the slack. And if I missed one thing in that time frame, suddenly it was mayhem. I would get blamed for how I didn't know how to do anything. I was getting blamed for how I was reckless with the money and the business, and how it was just stupid that I could think that I could even handle it, and that he should have started it with somebody who knew better, and all this stuff. And I remember so many times getting into the car with tears in my eyes and reminding myself as we drove. I would repeat the affirmation list that I had over and over and over and over and over again in my head, just trying to change my attitude, because it's like, I'm in control of me. I'm in control of me. Well, again, it's a process, right? And so there's a long time that I still let his actions affect me. When we would get there, was setting up a tent. You know, those little pop-up tents, they're like no-brainers, right? I've set these things up my whole life. It's nothing like everybody has. I think everybody knows how they work. And so my goal was for him to work on one side and I would work on the other side, so I didn't have to be with him. Well, in the bad cop stage, that didn't work. Wherever I went, it was like he was on me. Okay. And I give you guys a story. I have a point to this. Okay. Because the thing is that he wouldn't leave me alone when he was in the bad cop stage. He wouldn't leave me alone. It was constant, like, you got to do this. You're not doing it right. It's, you are fucking things up. And excuse my language, but I don't know how else to say it here. But you're the one that's messing everything up. You're the one that's creating this situation. You're the reason that this business is failing. And all I could keep telling myself is, just get it set up. 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 Like, I was trying not to listen, and I would be crying while people were coming in. I mean, tears streaming down my face, guys, in front of people I didn't even know. And finally, I told him I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. And so we ended up stopping the business, and it was, again, all my fault that we had spent all this money on corn and product and stuff like that, and that we couldn't even sell it. But we had done it for 6 months, and I just couldn't handle it after 6 months. I could not handle the bad cop. There was no good cop in that time. There was no, let me be kind to you. The only point of the good cop was in that first week. This is what a narcissist does, okay? And I tell you this story, and you might be like, well, you're mad about it. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am mad about it. I'm going to be honest. I am mad about it, but it's not something that's worth holding me back for. And I talk to you guys about it now because I feel it is so imperative to share these particular type of stories so that you guys understand. The narcissist will go to any lengths to make you feel insignificant. Okay. There were times when I would go sit in the car because I could not handle it anymore. And I would be in the car for hours. And that was my only time away. That was my only time away. And he never once came and got me and wondered what was going on. Never asked me if I was okay. It was like, and then if I finally could calm down my energy, I would come back and it would start all over again. So the honeymoon period with a narcissist, when they're losing you, is usually a very short time, because the thing is they spend all their time studying you. And so when they come in with the bad cop, that's the point. Sometimes you see in these movies where the bad cop will come in and they'll beat up the perp or whoever it is that they'll physically beat them up. And I want you guys to know that that's what it is with a narcissist. They're emotionally, mentally, and spiritually abusing you to get you to break down, to tell them and do exactly what they want you to do. Why I bring this video up is because it's a reminder that if you are in this particular type of situation, your situation does not have to be what I went through. It is an example so that you guys can put in A, B, and C of your own situation and see what it is, so that you guys can say, okay, I see that this is what's going on. Now, the question is how do I make a change? How did I make a change? I ended the relationship. I ended it. I can't do this anymore. After 8 years, I couldn't do it anymore. I could not physically be in that situation any longer, because I knew there was something else out there. So this may feel hopeless. It did for me. At first, I felt hopeless. I was like, what am I going to do? My mom had passed away. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a home. I had no job. I had no money. And I still ended things. And now, 3 years later, here I am helping others overcome narcissistic energies. I never would have thought that then. So the point of this is for you to understand that you have a choice. And if you don't know what to do, don't worry. I know that's easier said than done, but Source will support you when you choose to put yourself first. Especially when you're dealing with a narcissist, just suddenly things will start to work out for you. It might not mean that they're permanent, and you might have to ride on a huge roller coaster to get there. But I promise you that if you make a decision, something will come through and you'll be like, whoa, that's crazy. Why? Because Source didn't put us here to put up with energies like this. No, this person's not the devil. No, this person's not the spawn of Satan. No, this person is not evil. This is a survival tactic that they have learned from a very young age so that they could protect themselves from being hurt. And when we begin to look at things this way, we can begin to understand that, okay, I just got caught by somebody who was a master manipulator so that they could save themselves from being hurt in the world, that I too was trying to save myself from being hurt in this world. It's just that normal people who don't do these things, okay, and I don't think normal is necessarily the right word, but people who don't do these survival tactics, they just leave things alone, well enough alone, right? Let sleeping dogs lie. And that's not what a narcissist, there's this emotional ego that tells them they cannot do that, okay? And I talk about the emotional ego in a lot of my videos, so please check them out. But if you guys are in a good cop, bad cop situation, begin to love yourself. If you can't leave today, please just begin to love yourself and begin to extract yourself from the situation, no matter how hard it may be. If they follow you, get in the car and drive away, my love. Please get in the car and drive away. It does not matter if they're going to blow up later. You stay away long enough to where they actually start to wonder what the hell you did and where the hell you went. Okay? Because you don't need to put up with their antics. You don't need to put up with the bad cop, and the bad cop lasts way too long. It lasts way too long. Okay? So this is definitely one of those topics that I was really afraid to talk about, but I feel like it is important. I feel like it's important to remind people you're not alone in this situation. There are a lot of people dealing with narcissists in the world. There are a lot of people dealing with abusers in the world. And again, it's just reminding us that it's not about taking it out on them or trying to get back at them. It's about bringing ourselves into a state of power, because when we empower ourselves, we diminish the power that they have over us, and that's what makes us strong. I love you guys. I'm sending out so much light and encouraging power to you. And I know that you guys can get through this. Thank you for joining me for this video. But I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.